What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today. In today's video, I want to talk about what it feels like to be normal, meaning no opiates in your system, versus Suboxone versus full opiate, such as painkillers, Lortab, Roxys, Oxys. Those are full opiates. And you could also include heroin in this. I've never tried heroin, but from what I've been told, it's all the same thing. So, jumping right into this. So, for this example, and you guys feel free to comment. This is just my experience. This doesn't mean it's going to be exactly like this for everybody, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of people that have experience with both of those narcotics can relate, or at least say I'm pretty close, or if not, just feel free to leave whatever comment you want. This is totally open for discussion. Again, this is just my experience. So I drew a little chart here, and this is just what I feel like it would be if you were just, let's say you had a 24-hour period of just sitting at your house doing nothing. That's what I'm basing this off, and this is how my emotions would feel in certain situations. So, all right. So for the normal right here, that's for the person that is not addicted, doesn't have any dependence issues. Let's say they're not on any Suboxone or any type of painkiller. They'll just sit there at their house all day. This is when they wake up in the morning right here. Wake up in the morning and their emotions are normal. Okay, now if something happened to make them happy, then yeah, their emotions are going to go up, as they should, but they're not going to go way up here. So for Suboxone, as you wake up in the morning, let's say if you normally take your Suboxone just once in the morning, you're going to be a little bit below zero because the half-life of Suboxone is much longer than painkillers, but by the next morning, you're going to be feeling like you're ready, and you're feeling a little down, or you have a little bit lack of energy, and this is just my experience. So when I would wake up in the morning, I would definitely be ready for my dose of Suboxone, and as I would take that, it would take about an hour to two to start kicking in, and then I would slowly, you can see here, slowly my emotions, my sense of well-being, sense of everything's okay, goes from, oh, something's kind of wrong, I'm not sure what it is, even though nothing was wrong. That's just how you feel when you're about right here. It feels like something is about to happen, or maybe your life just kind of sucks. That's kind of how you feel right here. So you take that, you quickly come up to about normal, and for me, I would sort of go a little bit higher than what I would consider a normal sense of well-being. For me, it felt a little bit of a mood boost, I would say, and then this is about by the time you go to sleep, I'd say right here. So that'll get you through the day, just slightly above normal, and then you go to sleep, and then you're right back here for the next day. When you wake up, it's the same thing starts again. So for those of you that are familiar with painkillers or stronger, you know that in the morning time you're feeling like crap because the half-life is only what, 2 to 4 hours maybe, depending on what opiate it is. So by the time the morning comes, you've gone 6 to 8 hours, if you're lucky to get that kind of sleep, and you're starting to go into withdrawal. So you feel like crap, you feel sick. All you can think about is getting your next dose of painkillers or whatever it is that you're on. And as soon as you take that dose, 20 minutes later or so, 30 minutes later, your emotions are way, way, way above normal. And the problem with this is that it only lasts an hour or two, depending on what you're taking and how much you took. Okay, and then as soon as you get up here, you're constantly worried about coming down because you know it's coming. So then immediately after you start falling down hard, you quickly pass down below normal. I'd say from here to here, you're probably only a couple hours, I'd say maybe. So then you crash hard and you're starting to feel like shit right here halfway through your day. You're starting to think constantly obsessing about painkillers and how you're going to get your next dose, or trying to wait until you take your next dose as long as you can. You take your dose, boom, instantly again, 20, 30 minutes later, you're way up here above normal. And the cycle repeats. Usually the second time in the day is not going to be as high because you have food in your stomach or whatever the case, or it's just your second dose for the day. So typically people will try to take this early in the morning on an empty stomach so they get the most benefit, and the faster it kicks in is when you're on an empty stomach. So the problem with this is when you're up here, it feels like you won the lottery, literally. Like, that's the closest thing I can relate to how opiates feel when they hit your system. And if you're just sitting here on your couch on your day off of work, you shouldn't be feeling like you won the lottery. Or, you know, even people when they break their leg in the hospital, they feel like they won the lottery. They're happy. You see them just got surgery and they're so happy and smiley. Well, that's all great and good for emergency purposes or, you know, extreme pain purposes. But when you're sitting at home on the couch on your day off and you're feeling like you just won the lottery, that's going to create a habit. And it's going to be very hard knowing that you have a medicine bottle full of things that can make you feel like you won the lottery for no reason. And to not take them, and because everybody wants to feel good. You can't blame people for wanting to feel good, right? That's really all this comes down to. So before long, boom, boom, it just cycle. Before long, your tolerance starts to go up, and before you know it, you have a huge dependency, and say you run out of your medication from your doctor, and you didn't know that now you're physically addicted to this stuff, not just physically, but psychologically, mentally. Can you see the problem with this situation? You know, you're not supposed to feel. Another thing I could say you could equate it to a feeling. It kind of feels like an orgasm. Just imagine having an orgasm that lasted an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, however long it lasts for you. That's really about how good it feels. Between the long orgasm and feeling like you won the lottery, like just all your problems just go away. But even though they're still there, you just feel like everything's perfectly okay. If you struggle with social anxiety, you can now go out in public and talk to any stranger with confidence, and it just builds this total false sense of confidence. You can talk to any stranger, and if previously that would scare the hell out of you, you could do it no problem as soon as you take your opiates. And this just creates the biggest freaking trap, the biggest lie that you can. It's one of the hardest things you're ever going to have to do to get yourself out of the trap of an opiate addiction. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's been the hardest thing in my life, is to dig myself out of this hole. So before you know it, you go to the doctor. For me, it was a broken collarbone. You start off right there, you know. That's almost, I would say, it seems like it's probably 90% of the people that have opiate dependencies. It starts off with some kind of medical injury, and then even teeth getting pulled. You'll get a bunch of Lortabs for that, or you know, you can pretty much get, especially back in the day, doctors would prescribe pain meds for anything, and that's what starts usually off this addiction. So the purpose to this video is to just kind of show you how Suboxone helps save so many people, because when you're stuck in this cycle for years or however long it is, even a few months, this can be once you feel this feeling up here, it's really hard to be happy with this feeling. Once you know what this feels like up here and know that you can get that from simply taking something that your doctor gives you, it's a pretty big trap, guys. So you really got to be careful. This is meant for anybody that, I don't know, anybody that just sees this video. I hope you can relate to this and be cautious with people that you think might be heading in this direction. It's a trap you don't want to let anybody fall into if you can help it. If you've fallen into this trap yourself and you're down here right now, let's say you feel hopeless and you feel like it's a trap that you can never get out of. I can relate to you. I've been there before. It's a trap that likely will last several years long if you let it and you don't do something about it right now. You'll likely lose everything if you don't do something about this trap right here. So if you tried to cold turkey stopping opiates, or if you even tried taper, if you tried that several times like I did and it just didn't work, you know, it never worked. So what I had to do was go the Suboxone route, and that allows you to get a sense of normalcy back in your life. It doesn't have these huge, crazy ups and downs, you know. It's just a much better way to gain your sense of normalcy. Also, I want to mention that as you taper down your dose, this baseline gets closer, you know. For me, I would say it's probably just barely above baseline and then barely below. As you taper your dose down, this gets a lot closer to baseline. I would say this might be just a good example for somebody just starting on Suboxone, but this kind of gives you just a general idea of what it would be like if you are stuck in this hell right now and you don't know about Suboxone, you've never tried it. It will take away your withdrawal symptoms, and it will take, if you're starting out on it, don't just take it the first day and expect you're going to be totally healed and good to go, and that's just it. It's going to take some time for you to get used to this pattern, and maybe give it a good solid week, and then you'll really start to see the benefits of Suboxone, and you will be super excited. And then you can, once you gain, say, you know, just as much time as you need. For some people, it could be a month or two without any opiates. For some people, most people, it's a year or two. If you can go a year or two without opiates and you're not craving them or thinking about them all the time, then you might be ready to start tapering your Suboxone dose. But I suggest highly, if you still are in fear of relapse and going back to this hell, that you do not start tapering off your Suboxone dose. Now, with tapering Suboxone, I would suggest, if you know, to take about a good year and a half to slowly remove your dose. Whenever you feel like you're ready. The worst thing you could do is to rush this process of Suboxone tapering and relapse and end up dead, you know, or something similar to dead. Don't do that, guys. I highly suggest, if you're considering this, do it the right way. Don't buy it from people off the streets. Go to the doctor. There's so many people with the same problem. This is a very, very common, so don't feel embarrassed. This was the best thing that I probably ever did with my addiction, was to go to the doctor, do it legally, and get counseling if you can. Trust me, guys, I look forward to going to my counselor every week. It feels so good to talk about the deeper stuff, that you won't be afraid to be judged by them. You know, they don't even know you personally. So look for a Suboxone counselor or a Suboxone doctor near you and get on the right path if you think this could be for you. If you just can't do the cold turkey, if you weren't able to successfully taper and stay off, then this is an amazing alternative and has saved so many people's lives, including mine. Another alternative to this, and something that would look, I would say, similar to this, is Kratom. If you don't know about Kratom, there's so many videos online and so many people that have written articles about it. It's legal in most states to just buy from an online vendor. You can even get it in smoke shops, but I've been told that the smoke shop Kratom is not as good as buying through an online vendor. It's damn cheap. You could probably spend $100 and it would last you a month or two, I bet. And that's something you could do if you didn't want to go this Suboxone route. You could try Kratom. Just know that Suboxone and Kratom are both highly addictive. For me, how I look at it is, this is just a much lesser evil, and it's a stepping stone to getting back to normal sobriety. So that's pretty much really all I had to say, guys. I hope this was informative for you. Do your research on Kratom. Do your research on Suboxone. They also have stronger stuff for recovery. Methadone is one. I have no experience with that, but if I had to guess, and from the research that I've done, methadone is going to put you somewhere kind of in between these, because methadone is a full opiate antagonist, however you say that. Suboxone is just a partial opiate antagonist. So another good thing about Suboxone is that if you are on Suboxone and you take any sort of painkiller, it's going to block the effects, and it would definitely be worthless to take anything. So it kind of deletes the possibility of people getting high while on Suboxone. It blocks that out, and I can verify that. So I hope that's it, guys. I hope you guys are if you're watching this video and you found me probably way in the bottom of any type of channels like this, if you're watching this video, that means that you've watched a lot of other videos about opiate recovery, and I would like to congratulate you on taking steps, because like I said, if you're finding this video, you've been looking for a while, and you're on the right path. So just keep going, keep researching, and just know that it is definitely possible to recover from this and to be happy, and most importantly, to continue to live and get a chance to conquer this mission. I feel like this is such a huge mission that once it's conquered, you feel like you can conquer the world. I really do. So thanks for watching today, guys. I'm going to stop ranting here, and you guys have a great day. Bye.